by Georgia law is self-defense. And once again, as far as you know, you were just jogging. Because it's a matter of fact, like to this day, there's still no link between Ahmaud and any crime being committed. Not the break-ins, not anything. So till this day, Ahmaud is an innocent man who was just out for a jog that day. That these two murderers chased down and killed him. And what really pisses me off is, like I said, Gregory McMichael is a 7-year ex-police officer. So he should know better. He should know, there is no way as a police officer or an ex-police officer should that situation escalated to that point, to where that innocent man had to die. As a police officer, there is no possible freaking way. But you have that white law. And I'll tell you in a minute what I mean by white law. You could call it privilege. You could call it that blue wall or that blue brotherhood. But I call it the white law. All right. Let's see. First, let me see if there's any more information I forgot to tell you. House was under construction. Said he looked like a suspect. For same probable case. And keep in mind, they're only going by the McMichael statement because, of course, Ahmaud died on the scene. There's talk of a third unidentified man that was with the McMichaels, but there's not really a whole lot of information I could find about that third man. Most of this is just between Gregory and Travis McMichael. But for now, I think that's all the facts about the case. Now, personally, when I say the white law, you ever notice how when a black or a Latino is being apprehended by the police, they always say, just comply. Stop resisting. Just comply. Just do what the officers tell you to do. And then if you end up dying in police custody, well, that's your fault. You should have complied. You shouldn't have resisted. They even tell the Mexicans, if you come in this country, you have to obey our laws. If you're not going to obey our laws, get out. But then how many videos have you seen of white people cussing the police out, spitting on them, biting them, kicking them, resisting arrest, trying to kick the windows out the police car? What happened to compliance? What happened to just listen to the officer? Just do what the officer told you to do. Even when they put out a policy telling everybody to stay at home because there's a contagious virus going around, white people go out into the streets saying their civil rights are being trampled on. What happened to complying with the law? What happened with obeying the law? Just doing what they told you to do? Or does that only come into play for blacks and Latinos? They have to obey the law. They have to listen to the officers and comply. But if you're white, what do you hear? Do you know who I am? Why are you doing this to me? I'm not doing that. You are not going to arrest me. What happened to compliance and obeying the law? So the law only abides to black and Latinos and minorities, but not to the whites. That's the white law. Just my opinion. This is America. And another thing about Gregory McMichael being an ex-police officer, when you see people running, you could tell the difference between people jogging and somebody fleeing a crime scene. It's a totally different stride. Entirely different stride. Like you could tell, okay, that person is just jogging. And then you could tell that person's running from something. Like I said, he's an ex-police officer. Ahmaud was just jogging. So under no circumstances should Gregory and Travis McMichael go unpunished for this murder. But like I said, because they had so much influence with the Glenn County law enforcement, nobody's trying to pursue them. They're hoping it just goes away. And mind you, the Glenn County Police Department is already under scrutiny for corruption. Let me give you some examples. Glenn County's police chief and 3 former high-ranking officers were indicted on charges that they ignored evidence about a fellow officer accused of consorting with a drug dealer. Glenn County's police narcotics squad had a former officer caught having sex with 2 confidential informants. There was also allegations of evidence of suppression in a fatal police chase. Glenn County Police shot and killed Caroline Small in a low-speed chase. The GBI's lead supervisor on that case called it the worst police shooting he'd ever investigated. The officers in that case, in that police shooting, involved in the shooting were cleared by a grand jury in 2011 after the Glenn County Police Department interfered with the GBI probe to help clear their officers. One of the officers in 2018 killed his estranged wife and her male friend before taking his own life. So there is already a problem with police corruption in Glenn County. And then you have all of this. But no investigation, no arrests are made. Now, once again, because of this COVID thing, the family's trying to get word out about this case. So they started a Facebook page. Hashtag I Run With Maud. IRUNWITHMAUD. There's also a hashtag Justice for Ahmaud. All right. Like, I don't even know, well, prayers go out to the Arbery family. This shouldn't have happened. There's no way this should keep happening because this is the example you're giving people. If you keep letting things like this happen, then other people get the idea that, well, this is cool. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, there is no way Gregory and Travis McMichael should be on the streets right now. That was clear, vigilante, posse. If there's a crime committed, the black person did it, let's go get him type of justice. And like I said, with Gregory McMichael being an ex-police officer, his training should never allow that incident to escalate like that. Under no circumstances should he have even chased Ahmaud down. Like the rest of you could have called the police, told them Ahmaud was running. The police could have came up, hopefully, and pretty much figured the whole thing out, that Ahmaud was just going for a jog and there was no crime committed. But because they decided to take justice into their own hands, now Ahmaud's dead, his family's grieving, and they're talking about it was self-defense. And they're the ones that grabbed their guns and chased that man down. Let me ask you a question. When you grabbed your guns, what was your intent? You ain't see Ahmaud, like I said, you ain't see Ahmaud armed, and he wasn't fleeing a crime scene. So when you went in there, got your son, grabbed those guns, and chased Ahmaud down, what was your intent? Just to ask him some questions? But if you're black, you're a threat. That's all it takes. You ain't gotta have a gun. You ain't gotta have a gun. If you're black, you're a threat. Just like that, I can't remember his name, but that family man, that father, his SUV stopped in the road. He was trying to get some help for his SUV. The cops pull up. That lady cop shoots him. And that helicopter pilot that was over the situation just saw the man standing next to his truck and said he looks like a mean hombre, or he looks like a bad hombre. And mind you, at the time, the man was standing there with his hands up. He was just a big black man, standing there with his hands up. But because he was black, he's a mean hombre. But this is America. Whatever. Like I said, if some more information comes out about this, I'll definitely let y'all know about it. Like I said, prayers to the Arbery family, justice for the Arbery family. And like I said, I don't know what Merritt is going to do, but hopefully he could help him find some justice and lock these two McMichaels up, because they committed cold-blooded murder of an innocent man. Case closed. Y'all be blessed, be safe. One.